But let's finish up our piece. Let's talk about the helmet comms. We've got helmet communication coming to D1 FBS only, so not FCS schools, just the football bowl subdivision, the big-time scholarship football. And in the piece here, college football, it says, this is from Adam Rittenberg, he's ESPN senior writer. He says, college football is adding helmet communication to FBS games, 2-minute timeouts at the end of each half, and other changes approved this week by the NCAA Playing Rules Oversight Panel. So the FBS teams, Kenny, they'll be given the option of using coach-to-player communication through the helmet of one player on the field, designated with a green dot on the midline of his helmet. So you're going to see who that player is. Typically, we would assume that would be a quarterback, correct?
Quarterback or
like a middle linebacker type of deal, right? That's the kind of the usual case. And looking at some more of the ways to be implemented. Sorry, I lost my spot on the article.
It happens.
Oh, there it is. Yes, so several teams used helmet communications during the most recent bowl season, but now it's an option for every game inside of FBS, the top division, which is pretty sweet. The coach-to-player communication gets shut off with 15 seconds left on the play clock or the snap of the ball, whichever comes first. So your play clock, which is 45 seconds, I think. Yeah. So somewhere on those lines. The play clock, when that gets to 15 seconds, shut off. So if you're halfway through a play call and then, 15 seconds hits, you might just be screwed, huh? Or if you're running some kind of tempo or whatever, that snap of the ball, that gets cut off. That way, obviously, you can't be in somebody's ear while the play is going on. Hey, you got him on the post. Like, they can't do shit like that. You know what I mean?
You can't.
Could you imagine, like, your Madden quarterback and you can just tell him, like, hey, watch the curl in the left, watch the curl in the flat.
Yes.
You got a DB like, hey, he's running a go route. Like, I don't know. That'd be kind of interesting.
What do you think that would be like if it came to D2 and D3?
I think for two reasons that couldn't happen. One is the money side of it, right? And getting that set up in a lot of different places and like the equipment staff of place having to accommodate that.
2-minute warnings there, right?
We don't have 2-minute warnings in college. No.
They don't?
No, just NFL.
And call it and D1?
No, I don't think there's a 2-minute warning for them either.
Okay.
Yeah, just NFL. But that's the one reason is the equipment side of it and the cost of putting that in there for a lot of schools, like to be liable for that as like an equipment staff. A lot of places probably couldn't go up with that. But the other, I think the more important one is like the officiating side of it. It's just adding more hands to the equation. So now you need to bring in somebody else that's in charge of that and in charge of policing that. When it comes to the officiating crew, you have to have someone who's there to turn on and off that communication. And you probably can't trust somebody on the staff to do that because I'm sure there'd be ways they try and work around it. So I would assume for those reasons that we're not going to see this come to D2 or D3 anytime soon, but I've been wrong before. I will be wrong again. Who knows, dude?
Maybe it's coming 2025.
I doubt it.
It could.
For the record, I doubt it. Absolutely doubt it.
It could.
But could you imagine, like, you got to bring in separate people then to be in control of that. And then now with D2, we're just starting to get to, like, instant replay on certain plays when it comes to even only select conferences in Division 2. The RMAC, the MIAA, the GLIAC is one of them now. And I'm totally, the Gulf South is the last one. So we're just starting to see some of that in Division 2, and that's a big step for some of these conferences because now you're talking about a whole other aspect of the game and a whole other aspect of officiating that everyone involved, all the parties have to worry about. So adding this anytime in the near future just feels like way too much for these officiating staffs to take on. But it is going to be, an interesting piece to see how it is used. And, they've long used the boards, the signs. We're going to take a look at all of it. Maybe we'll do that in just a second. But it does say here, the topic gained focus after the NCAA began investigating Michigan for allegedly orchestrating an elaborate sign-stealing system. And, from a lot of coaches, including Kirby Smart, head coach at Georgia, he's the committee co-chair of that rules committee. He said that, and a lot of people agree with him, they still expect many teams to use hand signals and signs to relay in plays to the offense. What do you think about that?
Yeah. I think they'll keep it. They'll keep it.
Well, you'll have the option to do both, though.
Oh.
That's the thing. So the thing is, you could be doing, like, these are some of my favorites, right? Like, you talk about, this is what, I hope this does not leave the game, because these are awesome. Why do we have a foot emoji? We got a mushroom, sunglasses, a cow, an X, tiger, frozen eyes, fire, and just everything you could think of. 3 different guys wearing 3 different colored hats.
Headset.
Yes.
Down there.
Isn't that awesome?
Dinosaur.
Yeah. And then I think
Is that Pocahontas looks like?
I don't think that was Pocahontas. This might even be a better example of something that I love on college football Saturdays. These guys who their job specifically is to hold up these big flags. And you know why they do this, Kenny?
Why?
Because typically, at least with your field set up, right, you've got the box kind of behind these people looking down. And so what they want to avoid, they put these flags over top of the signal caller. That way, if you're looking down from behind, looking down on it, you can't see the signs for the guys up in the box, the coaches and the personnel up in the box.
I would take that job.
Yeah.
I'll take it. You're probably getting good paid just put up a sign.
I doubt it. I really doubt it.
Or something.
I doubt it. But that is funny that like for a long time they have done this pretty religiously. A lot of football teams have incorporated that flagging method, if you will. And then another great thing that, again, I hope is not lost in all of this, Kenny, is the different signal callers wearing literally every color in the book. You've got yellow, just bright blue, baby blue, the dark green, the light green. And then on top of all that, we do have the board. So it's a combination of both. And
Nashville Predator.
Yeah, we got some random logos on there.
A Rooster, what is that basketball team? Is that like the
Where
Phoenix underneath the Predators? Is that like
I gotta like turn my head. It looks like an old Sixers logo, actually.
What?
Yeah, it does. I'm not sure,
That's
dude.
crazy.
Traffic light. Pretty crazy. A horse on a treadmill or something. We got a lot going on. But yeah, so typically, I mean, when you see stuff like this, usually it's quarterbacks on the sideline, whoever's, it could be the whole team, right? It could be the whole team, especially if you're trying to do an up-tempo kind of offense. And that's the thing where this maybe doesn't come into play for some of those. We still see it a little bit more in college.
Yeah.
NFL, very much less so, right? That up-tempo kind of fast-paced offense. But in college, there still are a lot of systems utilizing that get up to the line of scrimmage, snap the ball, and go and try to take the defense by surprise. In that case, your helmet communication is probably not going to come into play too much. You're still going to be relaying a lot of signals. And in this kind of instance right here, what typically would happen is they've got one designated single caller, and it should be only the offense knows which of these guys is giving the right signals. The other 3 guys are over there just doing jack shit, just doing whatever, dude, just waving their hands around, making up signs.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of funny.
I can't wait to see what's going to happen. It might go horribly wrong, or might be one of the most best things that NCAA ever done.
I think it might be pretty seamless, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be incorporated pretty well. I would expect it to not be anything too jarring. Like, I don't know if it'll actually shake things up too much. I'd be really interested to hear from some of the quarterbacks that had that go on, and also like who's going to be the person that is talking into the ear of the quarterback, because typically it's not going to be the head coach. Would it be the offensive coordinator? Would it be that kind of play caller role, or would it be somebody maybe up in the booth? Yeah, could it be someone up in the booth that's like seeing different things? I don't know. I would assume it would be like an OC or someone who is actually calling in and relaying those plays and information, but I suppose teams could approach it differently if they wanted to. An OC or DC does make the most sense. Right. Yeah.
It's going to be something else.
Yeah. It'll be really interesting, dude.
What else is new?
As far as the D1 game goes, just take a look. Now, though, teams in all football divisions will have the options of using tablets to view in-game video. How about that?
That's going to happen at NMU and
It says all football divisions. I don't know if that means all the way down to D2. I'm assuming that's just D1 as far as FBS and FCS. I'll have to follow up on that. That'd be kind of ridiculous.
That'll be probably another topic for, like, if it happens this year.
Yeah, it does say all football divisions, but up to 18 tablets will be distributed on the sideline, locker room, and coaches' booths to study game broadcast feed as well as camera angles from a team's sideline and red zone. So this is definitely only D1.
Yeah.
There's no way we're bringing that to D2 and D3. But 18 tablets. That's pretty wild. The tablets can be viewed by all team personnel, but cannot connect to other devices, project larger images, or provide data and analytics. Kind of neat.
Yeah.
NCAA panel also approved automatic timeouts with 2 minutes left in the second and fourth quarters. And there you go. That's kind of very close to like your 2-minute warning. So that's just being introduced into college football right now when you're talking about that earlier, remember?
Yeah. I wish I had something like this in D1, D2.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I really do, because I think it actually, like, from a coaching standpoint and from like a gamesmanship standpoint, you have to coach around that and almost strategize, like using that 2-minute warning as a timeout. Exactly.
And if they want to keep their 3 timeouts, because at the end of the game, you're like, it's a crucial time.
Yep.
It's like,
absolutely. If you got to like make a stop on defense and stop them 3 times, have all 3 timeouts ready, whatever it is, it says they will not be additional television timeouts. And all the timing rules will be synchronized, including 10-second runoff, stopping the clock when the first time is getting blah, 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 blah.
Basically the same thing, 10-second runoff.
Yeah.
What does the 10-second runoff actually initials? Like, is something bad happened or what?
10-second runoff happens typically, I know, when there's a like certain penalty situations, right? Then a 10-second runoff will occur, or even for guys who are like injured, right? And it kind of stops the pace of play, because what they don't want to do is grant teams additional timeouts, right? So you can't like fake an injury and have a timeout, or have a penalty and it just stops the clock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what they kind of are getting after with that. The last kind of bigger rule, I guess, is that horse collar tackles within the tackle box will result in the 15-yard penalty now. So previously it was only outside the tackle box. Anywhere now, if you get horse collar tackle, that's 15 yards. No
That's
bueno.
lame.
What do you mean that's lame?
I don't know.
Horse collar tackles?
On top of what happened in the NFL, like.
That's hip drop. That's way different. Hip drop tackle versus horse collar is like you're getting grabbed up here, right? You're getting grabbed from in the shoulder pads. Yeah. You're talking hip drop where they take out their legs underneath them. That was the NFL PA, like their kind of new thing, right? Yeah.
Sorry about that. It's like that's a rule that I don't really like.
That's all right. Yeah, that one was a lot more controversial. I don't think you'll see any pushback on the horse collar tackle rule. That's just really dangerous. You know what I mean? When someone gets grabbed up here or whatever, they don't. That doesn't usually fly very well, man. But that's about all I had now for the thick of it, man. What else you got? Anything big happening?
Nothing much. Just here. This is the off season. This is like my least favorite time to talk about YouTube, because draft is coming up, but there's nothing between the draft and August 1st.
Oh, excuse me. You've got summer OT. Talking like, oh man.
You good?
We're talking NFL, we're talking college. I can tell you a lot of stuff that's going on between now and then. With NFL, you got summer OTAs, you got other things going on. You got a lot of guys going out into the community and doing a lot of their like service projects.
Is that their Walter Payton Man of the Year, basically?
I mean, they don't do it for that. The idea of the award is like you go out there and you do all of this, and the Walter Payton Award just recognizes them for that. But as far as college goes, I mean, all summer you've got a ton of different prospect camps and other things, satellite camps that schools will do, and a lot of different recruiting that goes on over the summer when it's not in like a dead period, depending on the level. So football is very much definitely year-round, but sometimes it is harder to find some topics in the offseason, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to talk about. It's hard to talk about sports in the offseason.
It can be hard, man. What do you think about the draft? What are the Lions doing? What are the Packers doing? Those are your boys over there, huh?
I don't know what the Packers are going to do. I think the Packers might sign Cooper DeJean.
Really?
Draft. He's a good guy. He's not bad.
No, he's a great player. Is that you think that they'll go like corner or DB? Like, is that you think they'll go?
Maybe corner.
Because I don't think he's making it out of the first round.
He's going to be first round.
Yeah, it feels like it's almost locked up.
Or
I think I know what the Packers would do.
Or offensive lineman.
I think I know what the Packers do.
What?
Lose the NFC North.
No.
Yeah. Bring out those black uniforms, baby. Motor City. Hey, you can't bring those out and lose the North.
You can't go. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with the green and gold.
Nothing right with them.
But yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. The Packers might draft the offensive line on the first round, but either way, they're gonna go offensive line either Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, quick.
They can't.
Yep.
Go without drafting a guy, because it's like this offensive line group is a stack crew this year.
Yeah.
It's big old.
Talking about the draft class?
Yeah. By far one of the best offensive line drafts in years.
Heard it here first.
I'm pretty sure. Is there anything else that's pretty good this year for draft? Like the best?
That's a good question, man. I know the quarterback class is supposed to be an interesting kind of field here. It's been a pretty highly rated quarterback class. You talk about guys like obviously Williams is a big one. Penix is going to be up there. May from North Carolina.
JJ,
I don't even. He's going to be in there though. But the big one, LSU. Why am I?
Jaden Daniels.
There you go. He's going to certainly be in that. There's a lot of big-time names at the quarterback position, and even some that'll even fall down further.
Rattler.
Guy like Spencer Rattler, guy like Bo Nix. Like, there's a lot of quarterbacks that could go here in the first 2-3 rounds, right, to teams that are looking to either get a guy right away or are looking to have a guy maybe sit a year and kind of learn and do whatever in a later round. But
I'll be watching the draft on Thursday, probably Friday, and probably Saturday. I usually just turn on the TV, just
there you go.
Do stuff, and just watch it.
I'm hoping we get some D2 and D3, maybe some NAIA guys picked up.
That's going to be awesome. It's like,
yeah.
Just like last year, it was like, I was waiting for when Jake would get drafted. It was like,
yep.
I was waiting and waiting and waiting. Like, when he got drafted, it was like, I was so happy for him. Like,
he was only one of 2 small school players to get drafted last year.
Who else is the other one?
Ethan Evans. He's a punter from Wingate, D2. He's the starting punter for the Rams. Stud.
He's really good.
You didn't even know who he was 30 seconds ago.
I know.
How you going to say he's really good? You just asked me who he was.
I mean, like, the punter was pretty good. I remember.
Oh, yeah? Okay. But, yeah, I think we're going to have more this year. I really do. I think we'll have, it'd be great to like 4 or 5. You know what I mean? Like 4 or 5 small school guys get picked up. That'd be pretty awesome. I'm going to be off the grid, though. Friday and Saturday. I'll be back Sunday, but I'm going to be off on a camping trip, so I'm going to miss.
Where are you going to go?
Just around here, local.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm going to be off the grid, so hopefully I don't miss too much as far as small school balls go.
Then on Sunday, it will just, what's it called? Tweet out all the guys that got.
Yep. That's the goal. I got to catch up on it. So we'll see. So Thursday is round 1, Friday round 2 and 3.
Yes.
Saturday 4, 5, 6. Everything else is a Saturday.
I did the math. I heard it's 10 minutes first round, 7 minutes second round.
What do you mean 7 minutes? That they're clocked? Like
yes.
Okay, I see. For the teams.
The 3rd through 6th is about 5 minutes, and the last round is only 4 minutes.
Oh wow! Didn't know that.
That's a crazy scale. Like,
they gotta get that thing going, man. They gotta keep it moving.
Like, the first round, I get it. They want to drag it on.
Absolutely. Plus, because you only got 1 round on that day too. So
why not drag it down? That's why I hate the most, because when I went on a trip last year, not 2 years ago, I went to a baseball trip because I was helping out with my baseball team. It was like the draft started around 8 o'clock. I got home just in time for the Packers' 2nd pick.
Yeah.
And that was like 11 o'clock. Like, not even 11 o'clock. That's probably like 11 o'clock that happened. It's crazy how drafts go.
It is interesting. That's a whole deal, though. So many people have their hand in that. It's such a big promo and a big deal for the NFL and a big deal for Detroit, man. Having it in Detroit, the business that's going to bring to the city is huge.
I can't wait to see how many people go to Detroit. It's going to be a madhouse in Detroit this weekend.
I think so, man. I'd love to be down there.
I would love to be down there, too. But next year, we'll go.
No, I don't know. In
What's
Green
wrong?
Bay?
Yes.
We'll see, man.
Hey,
we'll
Green
see.
Bay's not too far from here.
No, it is not. It's not a bad drive from Marquette at all, is it?
You could take go down there on Thursday night, come back Thursday night. It's easy.
Go down on Thursday night, come back on Thursday night?
Yeah.
No.
You could.
No way, dude. That's a 3-4 hour drive?
The hotels are going to be expensive.
I'm staying, dude. How are you going to drive? We going to drive back like 1 o'clock? No way.
Fair
dude.
enough.
You're not driving that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but that's all we got for tonight. Thank you for joining me, Kenny. I appreciate it, dude. Glad to finally get you on here.
I just want to say something.
What
I hope you guys please subscribe to Ken Dog Sports. I'm on my way to 600, man.
There you go. On YouTube? 600 subs?
What do you put in the
Put in the description, dude. It'll be in there. Link to it. It'll be on there.
600. I'm trying to make more content, but I'm busy in school.
I hear you, dude.
I'm a busy
man. Are we all?
Yes.
If anyone gets it, I get it, dude. I get it.
You went through it.
I'm still going through it. I'm still in school. I ain't done, brother. I ain't done.
When are you graduating?
Couple weeks.
Ooh.
Then I'm done. Big time.
After how many years of schooling?
Enough. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for joining me, man.
Thank you.
Of course. Yeah, glad to have you. This has been D1 Rejects. Thanks for tuning in.